The blood on my hands wasn't mine. It was my daughter's. Emma, my blind 8-year-old girl, had been beaten with a spiked belt by the president of our HOA. Where are you watching this from? Let's see how many countries stand against cruelty. 17 strikes. 17 screams I wasn't there to stop. And the woman who did it thought her money and influence would protect her. She forgot one thing. I'm an FBI agent. And nobody hurts my child. Before you go further, tell me, where are you watching from? Because what you're about to hear will test how far a parent's love can go for justice. I've stared down terrorists, gang leaders, and serial killers, but nothing compared to finding my little girl collapsed in our driveway, her white dress soaked in crimson, her blind eyes squeezed shut, trembling, whispering, "Daddy, it hurts." When I lifted her tiny body, I saw the deep, jagged welts on her back, the pattern of a studded belt. A weapon, not an accident. A punishment. My wife, Sarah, screamed when she saw Emma. And as I tried to stay calm, documenting every injury, calling 911, my FBI training barely holding me together, our neighbor, old Mr. Patterson, came running. "Mike," he said, pale and shaking. "It was Linda Whitmore, your HOA president. She whipped your daughter." I froze. Linda Whitmore, the woman who'd complained about Emma's white cane being unsightly, who'd called the cops on her therapy dog for barking, had now crossed the unthinkable line. Patterson told me the whole thing. Emma's dog brushed against Linda's roses. Linda screamed, dragged Emma by the arm, then went to her car, grabbed a belt, and hit her. 15, maybe more, before Emma collapsed. And then Linda laughed. I walked straight to her house, number 42, every step heavier than the last. When she opened the door, she didn't even look sorry. "Oh, it's you," she said. "Your daughter damaged my property. I had every right to discipline her." Discipline. She'd brutalized a blind child and called it discipline. "You touched my daughter," I said quietly. "Someone had to. You people never teach your kids respect. You people." She meant our Hispanic family didn't belong in her perfect white neighborhood. I told her what she'd done was a federal crime. Assault on a minor, hate crime enhancement. Child abuse. She laughed. "Do you know who my husband is?" "A partner at one of the biggest law firms in the state. My brother's a councilman. I could kill someone and walk away clean." Then she slammed the door in my face. At the hospital, the doctors counted 17 separate wounds. They found older bruises too, marks from weeks earlier. That's when it hit me. This wasn't the first time Linda had hurt my child. I called my team. Within an hour, the FBI was in motion. We dug into Linda's past, sealed records, complaints of abuse, discrimination suits, settlements hidden under NDAs. A lifetime of cruelty buried by her husband's money. This time, she wasn't getting away, but her connections ran deep. The local police chief, a golfing buddy of her husband, tried to stop the arrest. He called it a neighborly misunderstanding. I'd seen corruption before, but not when my daughter was bleeding because of it. So I went public. I gave the media everything, the photos, the history, the truth. And when Mr. Patterson's doorbell camera footage surfaced, the world saw it all. Emma walking peacefully, Bella's leash brushing a rose bush, Linda storming out, dragging my daughter by the hair, pulling a studded belt from her car and beating her again and again as Emma tried to crawl away. That video broke the internet. Millions watched in horror. The hashtags Justice for Emma and Stop the Ho Karen trended worldwide. The public outrage was unstoppable. Within days, federal and state charges piled up. Linda was arrested. Assault, hate crime, child endangerment, aggravated battery. She made bail in 2 days, smirking for the cameras. That smile made people even angrier. Protesters flooded her lawn. Her husband's law firm suspended him. Her brother resigned. Her empire of arrogance started to crumble. The trial came 3 months later. Emma had to testify. My little girl, still healing, still afraid, sat in front of the woman who'd hurt her and said, "I couldn't see her, but I heard her." She called me a burden. She said blind people shouldn't be allowed outside. Then she hit me, 17 times. There wasn't a dry eye in the courtroom. Linda's lawyers tried to paint her as a misunderstood neighbor. But when the forensic experts showed the weapon, the custom belt with sharpened metal studs, the truth cut through every lie. The jury took 3 hours. Guilty. On all counts, the judge, a woman, who'd seen decades of cruelty, looked Linda in the eye and said, "You beat a child because you felt entitled to. You showed no remorse. You will serve 35 years in prison." Linda broke down screaming. Her husband shouted about appeals. It didn't matter. Justice had arrived. But justice doesn't heal scars. For months, Emma couldn't sleep without nightmares. She stopped singing, stopped smiling. The girl who used to bake cookies by touch now refused to leave her room. The trauma ran deep. But healing, slow, painful healing, began to grow in the cracks of our pain. Little by little, Emma found her light again. She sang, she laughed. She went back to school. She forgave her therapist dog Bella for barking too much. She even wanted to thank Mr. Patterson, the man who'd run toward danger to help her. When she hugged him, he cried. "You're braver than any adult I know," he told her. Emma replied softly, "Daddy says being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you keep going even when you are." 2 years later, she was back in school, singing in the choir, helping other kids with disabilities. Her scars had faded to thin white lines, 17 marks that told the story of survival, not pain. 3 years after the attack, Emma asked me, "Do you think Mrs. Whitmore ever thinks about what she did?" I told her the truth. "I don't know, sweetheart. Some people never feel sorry. But what matters is that you survived. You're strong. You're kind. And you won," she smiled. "I don't hate her anymore. I just feel sorry for her. She must be really unhappy inside to hurt someone like that. I'm happy now. She has nothing." That's when I realized Emma hadn't just survived. She'd risen above it. 5 years later, Emma stood on a stage, 13 years old, speaking to hundreds at a national trauma conference. "My scars don't define me," she said. "They remind me I survived. If you're in pain right now, hold on. You are stronger than you think." The crowd gave her a standing ovation. My daughter, once too scared to leave her room, was now helping others heal. She started a support group for trauma survivors at school. She helped classmates open up about their own abuse. Kids who got the help they needed because Emma had the courage to speak. The woman who once called my daughter a burden had created, by accident, a beacon of hope. Linda Whitmore, she sits alone in a federal prison cell. Her husband divorced her. Her brother lost his career. Her name became a synonym for cruelty. Inmates know what she did, and they don't forgive child abusers. She'll be nearly 70 when she's free, if she makes it that long, but Emma? She's just getting started. This year she was accepted into a youth counseling program to help other kids recover from trauma. "Daddy," she told me, "they said my story can help people. They said I make others feel safe." That night we celebrated. Cookies, movies, laughter. She looked at me and said, "I'm glad Mrs. Whitmore didn't break me. Now I can help kids who are broken." I realized then, that's not survival. That's transformation. A few weeks later, the FBI director sent a letter inviting Emma to speak at an agent training seminar to help professionals understand what victims really go through. My 13-year-old daughter teaching FBI agents about strength. I couldn't stop the tears. Tonight, as I write this, I hear her singing again. The same melody she wrote about pain and healing, falling and rising. It echoes through our home, filling every corner with light, and I know Linda Whitmore lost in every possible way. She tried to destroy a child and created a hero instead. Emma Torres, my blind, scarred, extraordinary daughter, is proof that cruelty never wins. She's proof that forgiveness is freedom. She's proof that scars don't mean weakness. They mean survival. Justice isn't just about punishment. It's about redemption, about turning pain into power, darkness into purpose. Linda Whitmore's name is forgotten. But Emma's name, my daughter's name, shines in every heart she touches because evil tried to silence her. And she answered with a song. If you're watching this, comment where you're from. And remember this, no matter how dark it gets, there's always a way back into the light.